bird multiple times and I haven't used the bear. And
I'm
like,
my goodness. Hello, happy Monday. Yeah, it's Monday. Had to think for a second. Hello, friends and family. It's Memory Bound here in Ankeny, Iowa. We're so glad you're joining us today. Did everyone survive the holidays? We still have a week to go because not everybody has had Christmas yet.
I know.
Yeah, so I think people just celebrate all week. You know, it's about a 10-day event, sometimes even a couple weeks because they have it the week before. Yeah. You know, depending on how many relatives you have.
Right.
Christmas can go on for a month.
And then New Year's.
Well, and then it's not been that many years ago that I learned about Thankmas because my daughter and her her other family, the other side of the family, her husband's family, they would celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas at Thanksgiving because then the grandparents went to Florida and they went around for Christmas, so they had Thankmas. So
I missed that one.
Isn't that fun? Yeah. So really, the celebration just lasts for a month and a half, whatever. So good morning, everybody. Oh, foggy Illinois. Well, it's going to be chilly this week here in Iowa. Yeah. We've got Idaho watching, Teresa. Yes,
I bet it's cold there.
I bet it is too. So good morning, everyone. We all had a great Christmas here. We were all just comparing stories, and everyone here had a great Christmas.
Ooh, I got a Tim Holtz mini trimmer in my stocking.
Oh, yay! Now, did Scott come up here to get that for you?
No. Santa
brought that. Well, what a great Santa.
I know.
Oh, you have no sound. Teresa, are you on?
I'm blue.
I'm on. Well, I hope, PJ, just go out and come back in if you don't have sound.
It sounds all right.
Okay. Diane says it sounds all right. 18 degrees in Washington State. Oh, burr. Oh, good morning. Good to be watching live. My Texas son and family left this morning. Oh, Donna, I'm sorry. I tell you what, when those kids leave, it's the worst. It's the worst. Oh, and snowy Minnesota. How much snow did Minnesota get? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either. But Dennis said yesterday he was watching football games. He said, I'm glad we're not going to Minnesota.
Seattle had snow, too.
Yes, with the Bears.
Snow, yeah.
Yes. Hey, did the Bears end up? Yeah, the Bears ended up winning.
Won?
Yeah, Dennis was so disappointed the Bears weren't on TV, he had to watch it on his phone while he was watching, I think, the Vikings, your team.
Yes. They lost.
Oh, shoot.
Again.
Again. Well, that would be like the Bears. Again.
Yeah.
Well, Teresa has a wonderful, wonderful demo for us today. Should we go? Well, hey, before we get started, I wanted to mention that the switch machines, if you have not called us, texted us, emailed us, phoned us, and let us know that you want on the list for the switch machine, please do that now. We have to place our final order. We've ordered these a dozen times, you know. Clear back 2 years ago was the first time we ordered them, and then they weren't coming, and then they were. It's just been one of those things. But they are officially coming. They're actually in the Sizzix warehouse, so we are getting them. I think we can actually start selling them February 1st. So please, please, please let us know if you want one, and we will get your name on the list so we make sure we have one for you when they arrive. It's a wonderful, wonderful personal die cutting machine, handles any die on the market, embossing folder, and I believe the price is $299.99. So if you want one, do let us know. Okay, it's slick in Strawberry Point today. Rain and sleet last night. Gosh.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
We had rain and thunder.
We did have it thunder.
We had thunder?
Yeah. We had thunder.
Oh, I missed it. Diane heard it too. Oh, I missed it.
Yeah.
Huh, I missed that. Thanks to whomever helped Robert pick out the Copic markers I needed to add to my collection. Aw, yay! Bobby got Copic markers. Cindy says they have 8 inches of snow. Ooh.
In Minnesota?
Cindy, where are you from? I can't remember. Can't know where you live. The drive home from the Vikings game was challenging yesterday. Oh, shoot.
It's always worse when you have to drive home after a loss.
Yeah, exactly. Roads are very icy, and Anne, oh gosh, you guys, sorry to hear that. Okay. Well, Teresa,
right.
let's get started.
Okay.
Hail. Okay. Just sorry. One more thing.
Yes?
Hail, thunder, and lightning in Cedar Rapids last night. Wow.
Yeah, there's lots of lightning too around the state. I didn't see any, but
Wow. I slept hard last night, I guess. Oh. Well, Anna Polier, thank you. She says she's shopping online right now.
Okay.
And that's wonderful.
we'll show her what she needs.
And hey, it's 40% off Christmas starts
Oh,
today.
yeah.
We better mention that. That's huge.
Definitely.
So go to themes and go to Christmas, and we're trying to get everything loaded out there, and it's 40% off. And do check a couple in another day. Do check every day, because we're still finding stuff that is not under the Christmas theme. So we keep adding. So make sure that you recheck, and so you can make sure you get all the specials. It's 40% off today. It's a good deal.
Definitely.
All right,
Okay.
we're ready.
So I'm doing winter. So this is not on sale because winter is not on sale, just Christmas. So I use the Cartabella paper, the 6x6 paper pack, Welcome Winter. And it's $6.99, and it is very pretty. You can use this paper pack for masculine cards or winter cards, all sorts of different cards. And it has some nice plaids. I like the blue and the green. Yeah. We have this in 12 by 12. Where did it go? I flipped by it. There.
Yeah,
I like that one.
That's gorgeous.
And there's a wood grain, and there's some little cut aparts that you can get. I like the snowflake. It's not snowflake.
It's just
it looks like snow, but there's another plaid. Ooh, another plaid.
So it's also a collection pack that could be used for masculine cards.
Yes, definitely. The other thing that we have is the 12 by 12 sticker sheets, which I always think is good. It's good for scrapbooking, definitely, but if you're going to make cards, these are nice little add-ons if you want to get a sticker sheet. Or we also have the ephemera, or the frames and tags.
And turn those around so they can
so you
see.
get lots of different. Is the glare okay?
It's good.
Yeah.
We're good.
So these are fun for scrapbooking or card making as well. I didn't use them on mine, but it makes a quick and easy card if you have them. So if you get them for scrapbooking, then use your leftovers to make cards, whatever you have left over.
Good idea.
So that's what I used on all my cards today. And so we'll start down here and show you. So I tried to do winter cards, but then other things snuck in. So this is just a word background from the paper pack, and then Let It Snow was one of the cut aparts that I just, again, cut it apart even more. And
I like the die you used, that decal edge.
That's the Tim Holtz stacked decal.
That's a good one.
That is a really good one to have in your stash. Instead of having just a square, it's nice to have a little bit of texture. That I always like a little texture.
Some interest.
Yeah.
And then she sewed. Get out your sewing machines. That's going to be my on my
to-do list.
To-do list for 2022 is to use my sewing machine.
What is it? Your
goals. My goals.
Yes, your goals. So we don't have the snowman. Dawn is still working on trying to get more of those. That's
I've
Mr.
got
Frosty.
an email out to our Civics rep to try to find.
But we do have this Mr. Snowman, and I think he was from last year maybe. So if you need a snowman die, there are other snowman dies, which is a lot of fun to have. Because there's lots of winter months. You can do it before Christmas, after Christmas, into January or February, depending on where you live.
Yep.
So that's just fun. And then I did use some glitter on there. And I did, for those people that didn't get, your glitter dusters, you need your glitter. See, I have two of them.
That's good.
One for my regular, one for my platinum. If Santa didn't put any in your stocking, we've still got some of those. And I think they're $6.99.
Yeah, Mary, thank you. Resolution. That's my resolution
yes,
for 20.
That's what I was trying to think of, Dawn. Resolution.
Yes.
So, yeah, they're $6.99. So we still have some of these. And I think they're awful handy to have just to spray a little bit if you don't want them totally covered in glitter. So
yes, that's a great idea.
Yep.
Or if you got a gift card to Memory Bound, make your list of things that you have been wanting.
That you need to spend your gift card on.
Yes.
Good idea. All right, this next one I used one of the big bold sentiments, and I'm still or bold sayings. Sorry about that, bold sayings. And if you haven't gotten this one yet, it's a nice one to have. It's $21.99, and it's really ends up being the focal point of your card. Here I use the nice wood grain background for. I was going for masculine birthday card, and then I added some greenery and a little bow on there. Oh, and I did heat emboss it just to make it pop a little bit more, because again, I like the.
And did you use
texture.
The green?
Yeah, the glaze. It's the rustic wilderness
Thank you.
glaze.
That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, that's cute, Teresa. I like that.
And it doesn't. You see, my Y didn't come all the way. I didn't get my embossing powder, but that's okay, because this. You can see, like in the O, it's sketchy, and that's the way that this thing stamps. That one I just missed, but I don't care because the whole word is sketchy, and that's all right.
It's okay.
You don't have to. It's handmade. It doesn't have to be perfect, right?
Exactly. Very absolutely. Oh,
All
Teresa,
right.
this is adorable.
This one, I know, it turned out cute. This is the plaid with the green and the blue. That's probably my favorite piece in the set. So I did go back and use. I showed the thank you set from Photo Play last week. That has all the sentiments that you can add, but this time I used a sentiment. You have a huge heart, and then I used the die cuts for that, and then of course I use the little strips, which I just love.
Very cute.
Keep using those.
And look at how she sewed across the thank and the you. Teresa, that is so cute. I love that.
It just needed something, and I did sew on the branch. That was a little dicey, but it doesn't have to be perfect again either. I probably went off the branch, and I don't care. It's fine.
I wouldn't have even attempted that. It looks great. But isn't that cute how she did that? I love that.
And I kept thinking maybe I needed to go back and forth on the words, but I didn't.
Oh,
I'd already
Teresa,
changed
it's adorable.
my thread of my machine, and I didn't want to do it again when I looked at it. And this one is the Cozy Winter that I've been using the bird the whole time, because that's what I bought the die for. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to use that bear. And he is super cute.
He is super
cute. And the mug has the heart on it, and the little heart comes with the die, which I didn't even notice that he had the little heart on the mug. But that's a super cute little die. So. And that is $14.99. Cozy Winter. Yeah.
All right. I love that. And Teresa, before we go to our next one, to find all the Christmas items that are on sale, go to Themes and then go to Christmas. And you'll find the Christmas items that are on sale there. And most of them, we've already gotten the 40% off. And then also the Tim Holtz Christmas ideology is 40% off, and some of his dies and stamps, the ones that are actual Christmas, are on sale. Okay, Sharon wants to know: do you sew before gluing?
I usually glue first just to hold it down, but I don't glue where I'm going to sew.
Okay.
Because otherwise it gunks up your needle. So I probably put a little bit of glue just at the top or the bottom. I knew I was going to be sewing through the middle. So I just probably put a little glue, in between.
Just enough to hold it in place until you sew it.
Now when I sewed that, I probably just put a little thin strip. I used liquid glue on that one, so I just make sure it's really dry. Liquid glue isn't as bad as the tape glue. If you let the liquid glue dry really well, then you can probably sew over that and not worry. But if you use a tape runner, don't tape where you're going to sew.
Good
It gets
advice.
tricky sometimes, because sometimes I'm sewing things to actually hold them down. Like sometimes when I sew ribbon on a card, I'm sewing it so I don't have to use adhesive. So I might put a glue dot someplace, and then that's not good to sew over either.
Speaking from experience.
Yes, definitely. So, any other sewing questions?
I think that's it for right now.
All right. This one is, again, the plaid from the paper pack, which I really like the plaid. And then I use the word alphanumeric varsity.
And these are stitched.
And these have stitching on them. And they also have a little, so when you look at that, you can see that there's the red color and then there's a black that looks like it's behind it, only it's not behind it. It's just a little teeny outline of it. And I peeled mine off because I was afraid my word wasn't going to fit on my card. And I just didn't want that. I wanted it a skinnier look. But these are, alphanumeric varsity. So when you look at it, you really think
They're layered.
They're layered, and you also think sports. But a lot of people, I've seen lots of cards made with this, not sports. And so I'm like, okay, I really need to get it out. And I just thought I was doing other stitching things, and so I got it out. And it's fun to try and replace a letter when you make a card like that. So I got the stamp set.
That's a good tip, to look for your stamps and see what letters, like O's are always good to replace.
O's are good, yep. A's would be another one maybe that you could use for trees or house. This one, I didn't say, it's called Snow Place Like Home. And again, I really like the set because it has images and words on it. So and I love these bottle brush trees. They're so cute. And you get two sizes.
Actually,
and then you get
two sizes of bottle brush.
Sizes, and then you get the third one. So you have three sizes, and there's three different size snowflakes at 1, 2, 3, and then the fun sled that I'm going to show in a minute.
Very good.
Yeah.
And back to that varsity alphabet. That was the alphabet that I used in that ABC State Fair album.
It was.
So you can use that for anything.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really fun alphabet.
I like the stitching.
And the stitching adds a ton.
Yeah.
And here, I hope you guys can see this.
And it's fun to have a different
stitching.
alphabet. I mean, of course, we all have our basic alphabets, but it's good to have one that's just not everyday normal, just to give it a little bit of different look. Yes, a different look. So on that one, I stamped the tree for the eye, and then I did use the platinum. So that's kind of fun.
Now, what did you do for your adhesive on there?
I just put a little liquid. I just used a little liquid and just kind of scattered it around, and then I just sprayed it.
Okay.
Or
good to know.
Glitter dusted it. Sprayed it. I dusted it. Yes, I dusted it.
And then
I put a little dot in the center of the snowflake too.
All right, very good.
And there are some.
And what color ink is that? That's a beautiful
that's just
ink.
Brown. That's
just brown.
One of the archival inks.
Oh gosh.
Whatever vintage, is it vintage photo in the archival?
Yeah. Okay.
That's vintage photo. I stamped it a couple times. So
it's a beautiful color.
Yeah. And then I just stamped a little snowflake on there too. Yeah.
Teresa, do you have any tip for lining your letters up perfectly?
You could use a ruler. Sometimes I'll use a ruler, but that one I just eyeballed.
A T-square works.
Oh yeah, a T-square would be good.
And we have T-squares. If you go under tools, I think they're $3.49. They're a must. I love my T-square. Very inexpensive, $3.49, and I believe it's 12 inches on the one side, so you can just line it up on here and line your letters up. And tweezers.
Yes.
Tweezers work too.
And sometimes I have the glass mat from Tim Holtz.
Yes.
And so I'll put whatever I'm doing on my glass mat on the lines on the mat, and then I put a ruler so that it lines up with the lines. It just depends on how specific I want to get. That one I just eyeballed because I was like,
it's perfect,
it turned out
Teresa.
pretty good. I had them down lower, like for the base of the tree, and I'm like, I didn't like it, so I had to move them all up, and I was like, why am I doing that?
Oh, good.
Now you're going to show it's
Diane's
not
the T. Oh, it's very straight. Diane brought us a T ruler. It is $3.29, and
so you would just like put it.
Yep.
You could put it along the edge of the.
You can probably slide that out of there, can't you? Yeah, there you go.
Fancy packaging. So you could just put it along the edge like that. Yeah.
And line up your letters. Super easy.
I did do pretty good.
Yeah, I think you did great. And then you could even space them if you really want to get specific. You could space them using that too. So that's a great tool. Okay.
All right. This one is just, uh-oh, my glue dot.
Teresa, I love the blue on blue on blue.
Yep, that was
blue.
just a blue one. And that one's, I did love the sled. And I would probably go back and make, I want to make something brown. I want to make a brown sled. But I was just liking the blue for Let It Snow. And what did I use? Oh, I used this frame. I know I've used this a while back, but I really like it. It's my favorite things. And it cuts out the scalloped edge. It also cuts out the center piece, so you can put a different color in. But I just love, it's just a frame. So it's fun to have different, like I said before, different shapes, not just a square. So I was like, oh, and then I thought it kind of looks like I want to hang that on the wall. So I just did some holes and put some twine on there.
So she did a scalloped frame, she did a stitched frame, and that is a die. That
Yep,
stitched
that's a
frame.
die.
And then she did a deco mat. So way to go, Teresa.
Yeah.
Lots of variety.
I do rectangles a lot, and sometimes you get tired of just a plain rectangle.
Sure.
So,
Teresa, I don't know how you come up with all your card ideas every week.
well, we're going to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But I did cut the Let It Snow. I just cut it apart. So I didn't have room. You know how you just move things around. It doesn't work. So I just cut it apart and let it snow. So,
Cute.
yep, that's a nice winter card.
It is.
All right. The next two cards I'm going to show you, I'm going to talk about sometimes how you get ideas. Now, Dawn reminded me that you can go to Pinterest and just type in sketches to get sketches of cards, or you can type in whatever you want, whatever theme, like
Card
sympathy
ideas.
or whatever. Yeah, card ideas. But I was looking at this Scrapbooks and Cards magazine that we gave away about a month ago, maybe.
Yeah.
So a lot of you might have gotten this magazine. And one of the things that they have, I really like this magazine because it has scrapbooking and cards from the name, but they have a whole section where they do, they call them page maps or sketches. So you can go on Pinterest and search for card sketches or
Yes.
scrapbook sketches. But what they do is they have a little sketch. So it's just kind of a drawing or an outline of what you can do to make the card. And then they have an example of that. So you can actually, this magazine you can get online as well. And it's called, oh, I was going to look. So if you go to, I was going to write it down and I forgot. Scrapbookandcards.com, and then if you go /sketches, then it has all the sketches, and it has them by season. Like it has winter,
What a great
spring,
tip.
summer, fall. Yeah, and they have them for years, so you can go back. There's all kinds of ideas, but this is what they have in the latest one. So they've got all these sketches down here, and then they show you examples of how they did. And the fun thing about a sketch is that you can take it. So this one, they actually, and I have a bigger version of it. This is the sketch that they used, but then they turned it, what did they do? They kind of went that way, and they turned it, and they made it a different way. So you can do whatever you want with, oh, that would be cute going that way too.
Janet has taught us that too, that any design you do landscape, you can do portrait and vice versa.
That would be perfect to put the word home right
yes,
there.
Yes, it would. Way to go, Teresa.
I'm going to have to use that one.
Stay tuned.
So,
Teresa,
yes.
next week will be showing us how she made that design using the home.
So the next card, what I did is I used the sketch to make my card. So I had a piece of that plaid.
So
and
pretty.
you get a piece at the top of the paper that has a hole in it. And so this is that piece. So this is the 6x6 piece here. And there's a little hole right under there that I covered up.
Good job, Teresa.
I always save my extra pieces,
Save everything.
Yeah. And so what I did, so you don't have to do it exactly. you can use your creativity. So on theirs, they used a square, but I didn't want to do a square. I wanted to use a circle. And so I stamped, I just love the bottle brush, and then you can put it right inside the cup, which I think is super cute.
That is really cute.
You can use the mug or the tree on its own, but it's so cute when you put them together. And then I just cut some little banners, and we do have a new banner die.
Yes.
Everyone should have a banner die. This is Elizabeth Craft, and it's $10.99. Oh, that's a good price.
It is. And what's that one called? Just banners? In case they're looking for it.
Where do they? Fitted fishtails.
Oh, fitted fishtails. There you go. Type in fitted fishtails in the search bar.
It's in Elizabeth Craft too, I'm sure. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different size banners.
For $10.99.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that is a good price.
And those are nice sizes too. Now I used a different die because you can see mine are a little bit smaller. But you can use the same size or you can use different. On their sketch they use the same, but I used a couple smaller dies just for a different look. And then I put my sentiment and I wrap my twine. Now theirs, they cut their paper a little smaller. I went all the way to the edge with mine. But that's just, oh no, they went all the way around with their twine. So they wrapped theirs all the way around. I cut mine smaller. So you just go with it. You know, you look at the sketch, you get your basic idea, and you can change it. You can stop anytime. There's no rules. You're not going to get in trouble for doing it wrong or different.
Teresa, you're getting lots and lots of hearts and thumbs up. So
I
good
thought
job.
that turned out really cute.
It is very cute.
And it's a great way, you know, if you're just not feeling creative and you need some inspiration, you know, go and look at the sketches and it's really easy to make a card then, you know. You just
Let's give them that website again that you found on here.
I should write it.
Here, I'm going to show you right here. scrapbookandcards.com/sketches.
Yeah.
Right, so here, screenshot this right now, scrapbookandcards.com/sketches, and you'll get all kinds of ideas. Teresa said that they have them all divided up by seasons and several years worth of sketches. So way to go. And then the other tip that SKETCHES, and then the other tip that Teresa gave us, and Janet has mentioned it too, if the sketch is landscape, turn it and make it portrait, or
that is
vice
exactly
versa.
what they did with their card.
Very good. Thank you, Teresa.
I love sketches. And there's scrapbook one. There's probably scrapbook ones in here too somewhere that they'll show. So it's a fun magazine, or you can go to their website, like I said.
Okay, Mary says she made. I want to get to that page 71. Mary said she made the tree layout that's on page 71. So let's take one back. Let's take a look at that and see what.
Sticking.
Ah, that's cute.
Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah, that's a fun layout. Forward slash. I think I said backslash. Forward slash. I made the tree scrapbook layout in that magazine on page 71. Yeah, so very cute.
What a cute way to use your leftover things that you have
Exactly.
in your Christmas stash, you know.
You could use your little leftover brads or your stamps, your ephemera pieces.
Fun.
Yeah, that is really cute. Great one.
Good job. Using the magazine.
Yes.
That's what it's for.
Exactly.
Inspiration. All right. And then the last one I did, I used another sketch. I forgot. I was going to show you. Wonder what page that was on. Here we go. Let's see. I used this one. So I don't know if you can see. I didn't print it out.
Yes. Absolutely see.
Normally, I would center this. Just because I'm a very center person. That's how I start. But they had theirs off to the side, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I moved it over to the side. And I like how it turned out.
I do too. It's really cute. I like the offset. Absolutely.
So sometimes it forces you to step outside your box a little bit, which is okay. So this one, I used a little heart impresslet, and we're going to show you how to use those. This one, I All right, I didn't show this. So that one is the seal, the switchlet, and I talked about that a little bit last week, and we'll show you how that works. And then this one is the 3D impresslet, and this one's called Lucky Love, and this one's just called Seal.
Okay. Okay.
Lucky Love, because there's a shamrock in it too, and it's super cute. If you're thinking for Valentine's and St. Patrick's Day already,
Yeah, you get
this is
two
really
holidays
cute.
out
But
of
you
that.
have to remember, you're going to use it in different ways. So this is just a little sympathy card that I needed to make, and so I thought it turned out pretty nice.
Very cute.
So you can switch it up. That one had a Christmas tree on it. So you don't have to, just because it's a winter sketch, you don't have to put a Christmas tree on it. You can think outside the box.
Absolutely.
And these are both $11.99.
Awesome.
And these are from Tim Holtz, and when they're gone, they're gone. So you can't get them. So this one's really good because you can use it for anything. This one's a little more specific. The heart is good. The shamrock, I don't know how often you might use that one, but the heart you can use for anything.
Absolutely.
And they're dimensional. I think you can probably see it. And the heart's puffed up a little bit. I wanted to stamp something on it, but I didn't. So when you use these, you really want to stamp first and then die cut.
And the shamrock, it could be like it's your lucky day. You could use that
Oh,
for
yeah.
birthday if you're doing greens.
March birthday.
A March birthday.
Yep.
Or manly. I think
Yes.
if you're doing green plaid and use the shamrock
yeah.
would be fun. Here's the link again, scrapbookingcards.com/sketches. So there you go. If you screenshot that, and you'll go get ideas. All right. Christy says sketches are a great way to get her to try new things. Absolutely. That
Yes.
works for all of us.
Because sometimes you get in a rut and your cards all start looking the same, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
They look nice. It's a cute card, but I don't want them all to look the same. So it does. It gives you some inspiration and outside your box sometimes.
Absolutely. It's good for our minds.
Yep. All right. So I'm going to start with the seal. And I used it last week, I think, on a card. So this one is the switchlet because, there it is. It comes with 3 dies that you can switch out. Okay. So it's a 3D embossing folder, so it's thicker. And so when you use your pads here, you have to multi-purpose platform, you have to go to number 1. But if you get the new machine, it's going to do it for you. You don't have to worry about it. Isn't that right, Dawn?
Yes,
You
that's
just
correct.
put it in there and it knows what to do.
It knows the thickness that it needs to have. I know, it's pretty awesome.
So I can't wait to get mine. All right. So when you're doing the 3D, first the switchlet, I'm going to just do the, it comes with 3, so this is the zigzag or whatever you call that.
Okay.
And then oftentimes when you use the 3D, you want to give your paper just a squirt of water because it puts a lot of pressure to make it 3D, and so you want the fibers in your paper to be able to move a little bit. So I give it a little bit of a squirt, and then if you're doing a pattern paper like I did with the heart, you want to put it so that the pattern is up so you can read the words on there. Sometimes I forget and then you have to cut another one. But if you want the impression to go up, then you're going to read that. And sometimes we forget that. Then I'm going to put it on my platform, and you're going to go through 3 times because of the 3D. So 1, 2, 3. And it's super cool. It cuts out the
Really
edge,
fun.
and then it has the embossing on it. And like I said, when I did this, I stamped my image first.
Oh, okay.
And then you can see through,
line
and
it
then
up.
I centered it on my
Good tip.
my folder. Yeah. So that is a switchlet. So these switch in and out. We had some confusion another time about what they were called. This one is the Impresslet. So you don't have to do anything. It has the die already in the 3D folder, so you don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to get my paper. I'm going to do red this time, and I'm going to give it a, ooh, that was a lot. And it's not big enough to do both, so I'm just going to do the heart, because I'm going to do a red heart. And I'm going to do 3. 1, 2, whoa. 3. Oh, ooh, that is so pretty in red. Oh my gosh.
That is very
Oh,
pretty.
look at that.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
You
love
don't
it.
need to do anything to that.
Nope,
That's
just put that on
beautiful.
your card.
You know, and it would be really pretty in the metallic papers.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, the red or the shamrock would be beautiful.
Or even,
I got a piece of the shamrock.
You could even, oh gosh, that's even pretty in the,
Yeah.
look at the dimension. Let's see here, let me pull it back. Gosh, that's pretty. But this, you could even take your metallic rub and rub across the top of that. Would
If
be
you
beautiful.
have, yeah, you can, some of the core paper, so then what you can do is you can sand it after you do it. Oftentimes I will ink the edges. I didn't do it this time because I just thought they were pretty plain. That red, I probably wouldn't do anything to that because it's so pretty.
The Impresslets and the seal are $11.99.
Yep,
both of them are the same.
$11.99.
And the price of the switch machine that is coming out is $299.99.
And there's the shamrock. That, look at the detail. That's the cool thing
That
about
is
the 3D
crazy.
is the detail is just amazing that they have. So,
And now, Teresa, you can also, what I've seen them do is ink.
Oh,
ink
yeah.
this, ink the part that sticks up. You can ink that and then run it through your machine, and then it really gives
really pops.
really a good dimension to your dies. Love that. Good job, Teresa.
Yeah. So that's fun. I love them. The 3D is super cool.
They are neat.
And hopefully he'll come out with some new switchlet shapes sometime.
Looks like doves kissing. Ah, that's funny. You're right. This one. Well, there you go. For those of you who like to make things, you know, like you use your punches to make different animals and stuff, you know, fun.
Yeah.
Come up with all different fun ideas. Well, Teresa, what a wonderful demo today. I really like this. This one is called, again, Lucky in Love. Lucky Love. And it is $11.99. And then this one is called Seal, and it too is $11.99. The switch machines, let us know if you want one. We'll reserve one for you when they come in. They're $299.99.
Do they need to say what color they want?
Well, if you, I think, okay, the white one comes with a beginner's kit, and the black one is a Tim Holtz version, and it does not come with a starter kit. They're the exact same machines, just different colors.
Yep.
White or black. So yes, if you do, we'll plan on you having a white one unless you specifically tell us you want the black one. And here's the T-squares that Teresa used to line up her letters, and those are $3.29, and you'll find those online under miscellaneous tools. And she used the Welcome Winter line from Cartabella today, and all these other fun dies and stamps. Oh, and let's show one more time the place where Teresa goes and gets a lot of ideas, scrapbookandcards.com/sketches. And you can also go out to Pinterest and type in card sketches or scrapbook sketches, and I have gone out there and gotten ideas myself. So, Teresa, good job. Lots of hearts and lots of thumbs ups today. Good. Okay, we will be back tomorrow at 9:30. It's Memory Bound, and we are open today until 4 and tomorrow 10 to 7. So we
Check
hope
out the Christmas sale.
Yeah. Oh, and Christmas is on sale, 40% off. So it's a wonderful day to get stocked up on some Christmas. Maybe you haven't scrapbooked at all your Christmas pictures. So now's a good time to get all your stuff. Have a great day, and thank you.